What if we could make a cupcake with a tornado on top that spins? Yep, we do that today. Hi guys, I'm Barb. I look very serious right now, but I'm laser focused. I like to make things, and today we're doing just that. Farm Sim Guy asked, "How did you make the tornado?" on my recent short. So let's show Farm Sim Guy how to make the tornado.
I am Count Dracula.
Yeah, we went to go see the movie Twisters, and I was inspired. So here we are. So there's gonna be two parts to this video because the first time I made the cupcake, I made it so that I can manually move it. I hadn't had the idea to be able to control it with the remote. So this is that part. We made our cupcakes. I poked a hole you can see at the bottom of the cake board, and I put a lollipop stick through. Right now, it's hovering over the counter just a little bit, and we need that lollipop to do that because that's how we're going to turn it with our fingers. But anyway, now we're making it look pretty, and I just added a green cupcake liner because originally I was going to make a stitch cupcake, and that's why the liner was blue. So we're just going to cover that up with a green cupcake liner. Sliding it back in. Oh, we had a hole. We had a target, and I missed it. Alright, clean that up. And now it's time to make the tornado. We're going to use like melted chocolate. I'm using the little meltables. I combined white chocolate and milk chocolate. So it kind of turned into this like weird grayish color, which normally I wouldn't like. But honestly, tornadoes are like this color. They're messy and crazy. So this is looking crazy. But it'll look a lot better later once everything's put together. Don't worry. Alright, so I used this upside down little champagne glass to let it dry. I put it in the freezer, maybe just for about 5 minutes. So we need to peel back. This is a piping bag is what I used. Carefully peel this back because the chocolate is very fragile. So you'll see soon that it is crumbling and I don't know what to do. I decide, hey, it doesn't look so bad with the piping bag still on it. You can see it's falling apart. And because I had already worked on this for a while at this point. So I was like, well, should I just settle for this? I mean, it's all right. No, we can't settle for that. All right, now I'm going to try parchment paper. And I just kind of mimicked that piping bag shape. And like, I know you can actually make piping bags if you don't have the plastic ones. You can make them like this with the parchment. So I just did that same shape. And actually, I liked this because I was able to make the tornado a little bit bigger than that piping bag. So we're going to do the same exact thing. I'm melting that again and putting it in a piping bag. We're going to spiral it. And now I learned that I think I need to do double layers to make it thicker and less fragile. We don't want it to crumble on us again. Starting from the top this time. And you can see I'm just going around like a tornado. Whatever. And at the base, see how I went a little bit thicker? If I would have just left it like this, it would have been a lot more delicate. And especially since we're manually moving it, I am afraid that like it needs a little bit more like structure, like a little bit thicker. This is a silly idea that I thought was going to work. I did the cross thinking that it would help stabilize it in the center. Now, this would have been a good idea if I would have put the cross inside the tornado, but you'll see how this works. Once again, this time I put my hands in the freezer for like a few minutes. I think the temperature of my hands also contributed to that melting and that crumbling from that first time. So kept in the freezer a little bit longer. My hands are really cold and I'm just trying to move quickly. I lost one there. That happens. That's okay. But we're moving on. The parchment paper peeled back a lot easier. I just used the scissors to kind of snip at random corners. And that kind of helped it come right out. It helped it come right out. There it is. Oh yeah, right here. I remember it was like stuck. At the bottom there was a piece that was like bent and some chocolate had gone into it, so it got stuck, but we figured it out. Kind of panicking because I wasn't completely ready. I'm trying to figure out that cross thing, which I guess if you needed to make like a graveyard, that could work out. So the cross didn't fit into the tornado, it was too wide. We're gonna try a different approach. I had to remove all that chocolate And so now you can see that I need to adhere the tornado to the lollipop stick. That way when I twist the lollipop from under, it'll be attached to the tornado and spin it also. I'm not sure why at this point I decided to spray some green. It needed a little bit of texture, so yes, but I feel like I probably should have done that before. Right here, I melted some more of that leftover chocolate, and while it's still hot, I'm gonna kind of like mound it. I'm putting a big like pile, attach it. I'll hold it there for a little bit while it dries. I'm wondering if mound can be used as a verb. I know I just did. I don't know if that's correct. I'll have to look that up. I'm still stuck on that cross idea. At this point, I still thought I was going to do that. Instead, I just piled up some more chocolate at the base. And it doesn't look very pretty, but it's okay. No one's looking inside a tornado, except for the Wrangler. If anyone saw it, it's so good. And it's complete at its most simple form. This has no decorations yet. Later on, I paint on some colors on the tornado, like whites and grays. Just put on a little lightning background for effect, you know. And now I'm twisting. I had a problem with this at the beginning because, as you can see, the cupcake now is also twisting. So what I did was I like cemented that with more chocolate on only the base, so that kept it still as I turned the lollipop stick. So I'm getting a little resistance from that frosting on the top, so it's kind of spinning it. You see it's creating like a crater, so it's spinning it. Once that frosting gets pushed out of that area, the tornado starts just moving with ease. And that, of course, made me happy because it starts moving faster. I'm not hurting my fingers as much to like push so hard. It looks cool. I'm stoked. This is, oh, you can see the lightning effects that we did. Here I'm just showing you exactly what it looks like. Oh yeah, I forgot that I put these little pads on the bottom of the cake board so that it'll sit nicely. Also, just remember that I added some Oreo crumbs around it to kind of make it look like dirt, create this more messy look, which it did eventually, but not in that clip. Now for the second portion of the video, which is being able to do it with a remote. And I kind of don't know how to explain this very well, so don't rely on the commentary to help, but there's a spinny thing, and I guess it can be used for like fans and stuff like that. So I kind of just thought I could just put the lollipop stick in that orange part that spins, and I just figured, boom, we're good to go. And I was so excited. This is one of many, many attempts at this point. Like when I have ideas, I always make it seem so much easier than it actually is. This is exactly one of those cases. It's not doing anything. It's not moving. Right now that I'm watching from this angle, I can see that maybe it's because the cardboard is it's working. It's just not turning it. Oh. Directly at the Arduino. Something that will like grab on. Alright, well that sucks. I don't know how we're gonna make this work. I'm taking a break from that and we're gonna work on Tornado Cupcake 2.0. You can see I've already got a good start. I dipped the lollipop stick in the gray, and I think that gives a neater look. I also did different shades of green, which don't really show up on camera as well. I made another tornado, you can see it in the background. And now I'll just melt some chocolate and stick it to the cake board again. I used the same one after we ate the other one. Here I'm testing the spinning again. It's not working. So another break, move on to that tornado. This time I used the piping bag again, and it was pretty successful. I'm again very careful taking this apart, and I made this one very thick. So I cut the piping hole a little bit bigger, and once again I was caught at the bottom, so I had to like tug so gently. Success. I can't dodge this part anymore, but as I was looking at everything, I noticed that two of the wires were mixed up, so that helped once I figured that out. This is from a hack pack. If you follow Mark Rober, you know that they have the Crunch Labs thing, and this hack pack is a new thing. So we got it and we played with it. Maybe I'll put in a video of that.
Whoa, that's cool.
So this is the closest I've got to a spinning, and it's not actually spinning the tornado, you can see, and that's a little frustrating. Switch on, switch gear. All right. And please work. Please work. Oh shoot, I forgot to hold this. Okay. Let's go a little higher. Okay. Admittedly, I like the second tornado we made the best. I think it was the prettiest. This one's cool too. Tornado! This is awesome! Guys, it's working! Oh, now it's not working? There we go. Why are you doing this? Oh, I have to point at it. All right. Steven, you're not looking. Ready?
I remember giving me that idea.
And as promised, I'll post that video of the hack pack complete before I used it for a tornado. Here it is. I had to take the audio out because of copyright issues, but we were celebrating when we hit the target. But yeah, thank you for watching if you made it this far. I'm glad this Cupcake tornado came out exactly how I wanted it to. It was a lot of work, but we did it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.